Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here today with set number 2152, Robo Raptor from Roboforce. This set has 221 pieces, one minifigure. It was released in 1997, and the set originally cost $20. Even nowadays, you can find it at the lowest, probably $25 online. That's how I picked it up at that price. Some places, for some reason, this goes a lot higher. Maybe it's because it's new, sealed, and then it jumps to like $70. But either way, let's get on with the review. This is the first Roboforce set that I've owned. I have some of the pieces, but I never really assembled one of the sets before, and this is pretty good. I really do like, for even a $20 price point, the good size for it, for just fitting one figure, and having this large, robotic dinosaur practically, it's called Robo Raptor after all, as a set. Now I've actually looked into some of the other Roboforce sets, and some of them have cybernetic raptors and dinosaurs or something like that, and that's kind of cool for the theme, but not every set has that from what I understand. And it does have a nice color scheme with it. I definitely like how the black, light gray, and then you got like trans neon green, not yellow, and actually a little bit of yellow in there, as kind of an accent. So the colors work pretty well. They're pretty well integrated throughout the model. I do like the printed pieces that are on here for the head, for all the computer parts on the sides, even these little robotic chips, which I need to understand a little bit more about that. They have these canisters on the bottom where you can put some of those tiles, and if I open that up and take this out of the minifig's hand, you can throw them in there, or you can actually put them through the slot. Same as, even modern day slots. But I don't really know why they're collecting them. Is this only a green team versus I think I saw there was a trans orange team? Are they on the same side? This is a theme I really know next to nothing about when it comes to LEGO more recent themes. And I'd like to learn more about it as best as I can. If you know any more, let me know in the comments. So this figure actually does have quite some posability. It's limited, but it's actually there. So I'm just going to take it off the stand for just a moment to show you some of the features. We'll get to the minifigure in the end of the video. So first we have the head, which can rotate 360 degrees, as long as you keep the minifigure back a little bit. And just fit that in his hand, put the lever there. And it actually is a nice build for the head. I do like the use of the tubes out here, and even some of the tubes around the sides. Sometimes the tubes, I guess it depends on the way the tubes are made, or just the way that they're put onto the assembly. I've had a history of them popping off. But these actually work pretty well, and I've had this set built for a little while, so it actually does hold pretty well. I actually do like there's a little space in here. I kind of prefer that to be filled in, but I think it's supposed to be some sort of mouth. Maybe these are blasters. I'm going to ask a lot of questions and not get a lot of answers until I hear you in the comments. You have the space for the Roboforce Astronaut up here. You have some tubes around the back. You actually have this nice tail, which I guess would be the yabba dabba doo way to get up and down from... I say that because if you remember the Flintstones, you know what I'm talking about. The way to get up and down from this dinosaur. That would be hilarious, though, to do the yabba dabba doo up and down the tail. It does have some nice posability, where you basically can move in different segments of the tail up and down on double forked hinges. And you also have some of those double forked hinges on the arm in two different spots. Well, one of them being kind of a 3 spot right here for these digits. And they actually can come in and grab stuff, but you don't have any elbow articulation. There are certain pieces in there, like this L-shaped 4x4 plate, that actually kind of limit the articulation there, and also kind of limit how much you can move this around. You can't really have it reach the ground or anything, but I guess if you had a rock structure at this height, you could have him move up to it and try to grab it, as long as the head doesn't get in the way of it. It also has the same way on the other arm. It's basically a symmetrical build. Now you also have another feature which I really liked in the 90s and early 2000s that they did with some of the mech sets. And it's something that they don't really do often anymore, but it's something I, as a kid, really liked seeing it. It's the way that the legs move. you see, the legs don't really have articulation on them themselves, but around the hips, you can make them move subtly. And it's actually a cool function, at least for its time, where you have these Technic beams in the middle that, you know, shift the legs forward and back. So you can even have that for a backward pose. And it feels very robotic. It doesn't really offer much as far as picking up a leg and moving it forward, but in my opinion, it's nice. It's cheesy, but it's nice. It's something that I personally like. You can let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Now, there's a lot of accessories on this. I definitely like how all the colors work with it. Very, very much stands out. And here is the Roboforce Astronaut in this set. I'm going to assume that the yellow hands are just gloves because he's in space, and normally you wouldn't have open hands in space like that. He does have some nice printing, especially on the front. I think that's one thing that really makes these figures stand out, is that they have nice torso printing, and even continues down to the legs a bit. He also has a trans neon green helmet with, an okay face, I gotta say. It's a face they use only a couple times in the 90s space themes. It's really not a bad face, but it's just something I've seen before, and I don't really find striking. But it does seem suitable for the space, genre. This kind of setting would actually make sense for those big glasses and the little chips that are on the sides of his head. Now he's carrying in his hand a 1x2 Robo Tile, which I actually have 3 of in this set. And I honestly have no idea what this means for the theme. It's something that I've seen for a bunch of the sets, at least pictures of them, that they're either carrying them, or the robots grab them, or something. I don't really know exactly if this is a special computer chip that they're trying to fight over. And in the Robo Raptor, you actually do have compartments on the back that you can fit these into. On the back of the legs, they have these little vaults back here that you can fit each of those chips into. They give you a lot more space than they give you the chips. Let me know in the comments if you know about this, or even more about any of the theme. Some LEGO sets just scream 90s space, and I think this one pretty much counts into that category. The way that the colors are used, the large trans pieces on the antennae, the double forked, articulation on the, the arms and the tail, and especially that leg function. And definitely how the spaceman looks. It's a little bit, retro style. But honestly, I do like how this set goes together. It's a pretty solid build. I do like all the little shapings and all the areas for the body. And definitely like how they even add, some of the pieces on the bottom. It just feels good. It's a pretty solid thing. And again, just because of my nostalgia glasses, I'm going to say I really like that play feature on the bottom. But I really find it lacking in the elbow articulation and, practicality of it. If you were to have this going out trying to find whatever you call these little chip things, the head's going to be so far forward that it's going to get in the way of the arms actually reaching out to grab it. So, yeah, it's a little bit on the downside, but overall, it's not too bad. I think it's a fun build. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I need to know more about Roboforce, because it's one of the few more modern LEGO themes I have not really explored. And this is my first set from it, so I'm really looking forward to more, at least information, maybe more sets. So thank you for watching, and let me know about more of that if you know more in the comments. Or if you just want to share your opinion about this set, just from an objective perspective. And we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos. Also, these slope pieces are pretty cool. There's nice slopes on there to, add more shape to it. But plenty of other LEGO reviews are on my channel of all different kinds of space themes. I can't think if I've missed any space themes yet. But we'll see you next time.